Alright, so here we go. This is one of the most frustrating games that I think I've played in Master Duel. So I'm gonna go slow with this so then that way y'all can see. So the first thing I do, use Keldo, send, get a Gito right here. A Gito is gonna start milling. Gito mills into Kelbeck. I'm going to banish my Eldritch because I don't need Eldritch in this deck. He's going to negate with Herald of Orange Light. I'm going to negate his Herald with my Call by the Grave. I want his mills to go through though. I don't want his Herald to go through, but I do want his mills to go through. So I mill my deck Devastation Virus, and I also milled Exchange of Spirit, which allows me to set this card and Kelbeck. So now on his turn, I'll be able to activate Deck Devastation Virus, right? Super brutal to his, like, he'll lose a lot of stuff in his hand. He won't be able to do much. Look, I put out Soul Absorbing Bone Tower, which means he's about to get milled out like really fast too. So I put some stuff back into his deck, the main cards that I know he needs to use the effects for, so he can't just mill back whatever he wants. I go Chaos Ruler, and I go ahead and start milling some more. Of course, plus summoning, this is going to also discard more cards for him. Mill more of my cards. And then mill some more of his cards. He gets Kelbeck right here. This mills even more cards. Blow Up Bloom goes into Changshi. Look at this. I'm still milling. He's at 11 cards now. I got 23 left in my deck. I go Shiranui Solitaire. I go into Shinobi Necro. My timer is getting pretty low right here, so I have to think quick. I go level 10 Synchro. Go into Red Eyes Zombie Dragon Lord. Then I bring Chaos Ruler back. Chaos Ruler plus Shinobi Necro. This will bring back Shinobi Necro right here. Look at his deck. He's got 5 cards left. He activates Fairy Tale Snow right here. And I'm going to activate Keldo. Why did I do that? I should have actually just let him bring this out, because all he would have done is been able to flip 1 card face down, and then his Fairy Tale Snow would have been offline. So why did I do that? But the timer was ticking down, so I was trying to play quick. And then he activates his Shiranui Square, which is completely fine by me. These cards won't do anything against my deck pretty much. Now, I don't want him to have Exchange of Spirit in his graveyard. Not yet, at least. So I go Vampire Sucker. I'm so close towards the end of my timer, and I wanted to summon more. Look at this. He has 5 cards left in his deck. He draws this card. I activate Dark Devastation Virus. Look at this. He has 2 spell cards in his hand right now. 2 spell cards, and in his graveyard, let's look at his graveyard. What could he possibly do with his graveyard? We'll start from here. He's got Mizuki, which give him Mizuki play. Okay, he's got 2 Mizukis in there. He's got Necroface in his graveyard. Shiranubi, Spectral Sword, or whatever the case. Okay, so he's got plays, right? He's got plays from his graveyard. Now, I'm going to activate Medora right here. Now, I just shuffle back some quick cards simply because the timer was about to screw me over. But it would not have mattered. He would not have been able to break my board, guaranteed. He would have milled out the rest of his cards, and he would have been playing from his graveyard. And on top of that, as he's playing, I would have been milling more cards myself. But the timer was so low that once I had to like forcefully activate my 2 effects that were going to get triggered. Look at this. So basically, look, he mills off 15 cards. He activated 3 Necrofaces, which would have milled off 3 of these, milling 15 cards. I still would have had cards in my deck. He would have milled the rest of his cards in his deck by banishing them. And then look at this shit. Time limit loss. If he would have drawn anything, even if these had effects and it put it back into the deck, if he would have drawn anything, it would have popped and went right back to the graveyard. So the crazy thing is, he would have milled the rest of his stuff out. He wouldn't have been able to put anything in his hand. He would have had to play 100% from his graveyard, making it almost impossible for him to actually recur his cards. So if he wouldn't have been able to recur his cards, because all of it would have stayed getting popped, going to the graveyard, whatever the case may be, and then on top of that, like, he couldn't actually normal summon his Necroface because of the destruction virus. So it's impossible for him to use the Necroface to recur his cards the way that I do because of the virus. So I basically was in a winning state to where he couldn't do a damn thing and I was supposed to win. It was supposed to be GG's. But because Master Duel fucked the timer all the way over to the point of where now you're in a rushing state to try to make any plays on this game, you lose so fucking much to time limit loss, especially on a 60 card zombie deck like this. And believe me, I was clicking as fast as I possibly could. I was going as fast as I possibly could with the deck on my turn plus his turn. Like, if you go back and look at how much shit I did, that was a lot of shit to do in that little bit of timer. I was clicking fast as fuck. I don't go slow. But you don't have time to look through the graveyard to see what they have. You don't have time to look through your graveyard. This game, the timer is way too fucking short. Like, I understand there are players that just sit there and do nothing, but as you're clicking, like if you're moving your mouse around and you're clicking cards and you're activating effects, it should be adding 2 seconds on there. If you're clicking shit, it should be adding 2 seconds. That's how the timer should work. If you're clicking shit and you're activating shit, it should be putting more time back on the clock. Give us a shorter timer, but put time on the clock for every time we activate something. If we activate a card, give us 5 more seconds. If I activate an effect, give me 5 more seconds. That would make sense. That way, as we're playing, we can get our full turn in, rather than sitting here with this set timer and you're set to make all of your fucking plays within this short ass time. There are big combos that need to happen, and this timer completely fucks us over, especially on decks like this. Fun decks that I can come in here and make a deck that I can completely have fun with. And I don't know, today has just been the shittiest day. I'm going to show you guys. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking shit. Today has been the shittiest day for me on Master Duel. I don't know what it is, but I have gone second so many times today. It does not make sense. Like, all of these are turn 1 losses. These are not me bricking. These are my opponents literally getting first every single time. And the times where they go first and then I go second and I try to actually play, I cannot fucking make a play because they are just fucking killing me, destroying my deck because they put up a million fucking negates. It does not make sense. This system of flip a coin and you don't get a chance to choose. We should be able to choose heads or tails. Like, we should be able to choose or something. We should be doing fucking rock, paper, scissors or something, because this randomly me going second every single time is bullshit. Like, this is all going second. Shit's all going second. Look at this guy's deck. I shouldn't lose to that. Look at this. Look at this shit. This motherfucker only had 1 shuffler in his deck. He had 1 Keldo in his deck. This is who I lost to. This is who I lost to. What could he have possibly done with this to beat me? Nothing. He couldn't have done shit. What could this motherfucker have possibly done to me to beat me? Look at this. Let's go and look at what Deck Devastation Virus actually does, right? Tribute one dark monster with 2,000 or more attack. Look at your opponent's hand. All monsters they control, all cards they draw until. Look at this. All monsters they control and all cards they draw until the end of their third turn. After this card's activation, destroy all of those monsters with 1,500 or less attack, which means everything they would have put on the field would have pretty much look. They would have had to try to beat me with Fairy Tale Snow pretty much, because all of their main like combo pieces. Look at this shit. If they would have put this on the field, instant popped. Put this on the field, instant pop. Put this on the field, instant pop. So put this on the field, instant pop. These are all their tuners. So if they can't get these tuners onto the field, look, these aren't even tuners. So they can't go into their synchros because they instantly get destroyed when they put them onto the field. They couldn't even summon this because they can't get it into their hand, so they can't even normal it. So it was a loss for them automatically. There was nothing they can do but take the L. They couldn't summon out any of their boss monsters. They would have had to try to beat me with Fairy Tale Snow alone. And they were about to mill out the rest of their own deck. This timer, something has to happen about this timer. Whatever.